Welcome to my channel. I'm beginning the first of 5 requested reactions for the day. And this one is Hans Zimmer doing The Dark Knight. And I did one yesterday from Hans Zimmer from the Da Vinci Code. And at the time I didn't know who Hans Zimmer was and didn't know much about him. But I wanted to share this comment with you that I got from that video that I did yesterday of Hans, from Manfred URL 6031. He wrote, "Hello, Paul. Hans Zimmer is a German film score composer. He composed the music for over 150 films, like Gladiator, Pearl Harbor, Pirates of the Caribbean. He won 2 Oscars, 4 Grammys. He played the piano in this Prague performance. There is another video which shows the orchestra playing with him. Greetings from Manfred." Well, Manfred, thank you very much for giving me that information. I admit I didn't know anything about who Hans was or anything, and he's obviously quite an accomplished composer. And so I speculated yesterday that I thought perhaps he was rearranging a score, but now I think these are probably the scores that he wrote for the movies. And so it's the same music that you would hear if you were watching the movie. So anyway, today we're going to do The Dark Knight. And most of you probably know that that's a Batman movie. But before we do that, I want to thank you for coming here and for watching my videos and for supporting me. I really appreciate it. And I also want to remind you that I always put the links to the artists in the description field of my videos. And I do that hoping that you will support them. You know, subscribe to their YouTube channel, follow them on social media, and buy their music if you like their music. Of course, Hans, I guess you'd have to buy the soundtracks for 150 different movies. That'd be quite a collection, wouldn't it? I wonder if there's a playlist that just has selected songs from the different ones. But anyway, getting to the point here. This is Hans Zimmer, The Dark Knight. Well, that was fascinating. There were some really interesting thoughts placed up on the screen, but I was I was thinking and watching what was going on, and a number of thoughts came to mind. The first thing is, in order for an orchestra to make a coherent sound, all of the various parts have to do their part. And if you were watching, you noticed that, for example, the vocal performer had parts where she made sounds and parts where she didn't make sounds. And she literally had to keep time with the hand that she had the microphone in order to make sure she came in at the correct point. And that got me to thinking about how every single member of that orchestra has to do that. They have to watch their score carefully, and they have to make sure that they come in at the right times with the right notes. It takes a tremendous amount of teamwork in order for an orchestra to make a sound that is beautiful. And that sound was beautiful. And so it made me think of so many things with regard to teamwork, and how regardless of what your role is, if it's just a very minor part or if it's a major role, doesn't matter. It still has to be done correctly. It has to be done with the right timing and the right tempo and the right sounds. It really requires a great deal of discipline and a willingness to work with a lot of other people to make that sound. And if any one person in that orchestra decided they didn't want to be a part of it, or they just didn't want to go along with the score and they wanted to do their own thing, it would destroy the entire performance. So no matter what your role is in life, whether it's inside your family, working with your spouse or significant other, and with the children that you have, if you have any, there has to be a coordination. There has to be a working together in order for it to be a beautiful sound. And if you're not working together, then there's discordance. And that can apply to so many things in life. Man, I was thinking about the body of Christ, and how the body of Christ is made up of all the individual Christians from all over the world. Many, and the vast majority of whom don't know the others, and yet they all have to work together in harmony, or else the body doesn't work. The same thing is true at the office. The same thing is true at home. It's true throughout life. If you're not working in harmony with the people that you're involved with, then you're not going to make a beautiful sound. And I know that's kind of a metaphor for what I'm really talking about, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I thought it was very interesting that they had a separate conductor just for the choir that was in the back. And the sound was very interesting. I noticed that there was an underlying melody that was throughout the score, just like the one last night, which is interesting. I've not ever noticed that before, but perhaps I should have been paying closer attention. But it's triggered tremendous thoughts about teamwork and about harmony and disharmony. And the world, if you think on a grander scale, the world has never been in harmony. There's always been discordance, because not everyone wants to work together. And so that's the reason why you see all of the disruption and disharmony that you see in the world, is because people are not working together for a common goal. When they do work together for a common goal, it can be beautiful. But if they don't work together for a common goal, it's always ugly. Just some thoughts I have. Very interesting. I enjoyed that a lot. I pray that in your life, with your family and with your loved ones and with the people that you are involved with, whether it's work or whatever, that there is harmony and that you can work together as one team to accomplish the goals that you've set for yourself, or that the team has set for itself. And I pray that the people that you love can do the same thing. This is the Vietnam era vet out.